You've been on the space for so long now. Like, what are some of your favorite people and like some of the coolest artists that you've worked with? Because I know you've worked with just about everybody.
Cool. Shoot, that's tough. I mean,
like coolest and like the biggest.
Biggest. I mean, I've shot and done stuff with like, I guess like Chris Brown and Tyga and who else? And then it's tough too. Technically, like because of the people that shoot at my properties, like I built that place, decorated it. So technically I would be like an art department on that music video. You could consider that me working with that artist or that team. And there's been like Khalid and a bunch of other big, you know, people like that have shot at all these locations, from Lil Durk, you know, just there's so many different names. So, but I haven't worked like directly with those people. They've just come and shot at the spaces I've created. So there's that. But as far as like my favorite people, probably Kyle and Futuristic, just because like they're such good homies and it's just so easy and fun to work with them. A lot of times in the industry you get people that are so like
just absorbed,
egotistical, and there's like you don't even necessarily work with them directly. You're like you have to talk through all these people.
There's a bunch of walls up.
Yeah, and so like I just remember, I mean, I don't want to speak too ill on anyone, but like, you know, for the Kyle and Tyga video we did, he was featured on it, and we had to wait like 4 or 5 hours for Tyga, and then I had to like talk to his manager, who his manager would talk to him and relay information back to me.
Oh my God, it's like talking to the president.
It's like the you know that telephone game where you like through all the chain and then it comes back around.
It takes so much time to do that.
So a lot of like the bigger like stars and artists can be like that, and so sometimes it can suck the fun out a little bit just because you're so like a lot of.
Just a big waiting game.
Yeah, but like Kyle, we've been friends since the beginning, so like collaborating with him is always just like so much fun, and he's just such a nice, genuine guy. And same thing.
Do you keep in touch with him a lot?
Yeah,
recently.
Yeah.
I saw you just shot something with him, right?
Yeah, I shot like 3 or 4 videos off of his new album.
The new album that came out what, like 2 months ago? I believe?
There was What It Is, The Money Now, Bouncing. Yeah, those
and
3,
he really took off. That's awesome that you've been working with him from the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning. And what actually, I mean, he got signed early on after like a bunch of the videos we had done. They saw a lot of those videos.
Who signed him?
Signed Indie Pop.
Okay.
And now I think he's with Atlantic. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's cool to see just someone from his side in the industry make it, and then you have Futuristic also who's made it, but is in the complete opposite lane and just independent, and like, so it's cool to see people that you've come up with just rise with you, you know what I mean? So
that's awesome, man.
So yeah, going back though, grinding hard with him, and shoot how he popped off on the independent spaces, that the nerd rap stuff.
The nerd raps that we did, yeah, that's so true.
And what's funny though is like that video you guys did, the nerd raps in Compton, the video that he actually is rapping in, that he had this whole other idea for the video, and it completely fell apart. And then that day of, I was like, why don't we just shoot it like it's the video you and Dawes did, where you're just going around rapping to people, and then it's like it completely like it's like the same kind of thing,
the skit
just a
version
little
of the prank.
Right. It's just like more the music video skit version of like what the actual prank was, and it was just like, okay, we did it, and that one's the one that did the craziest numbers that we had ever done or did, and
like
so,
30 million or something.
Yeah, and so, but that was, I mean, that's when, and I remember he was so like, I think we were both kind of disappointed, like, oh, it's not. You know, I think you get stuck sometimes when something doesn't happen the way you thought or envisioned or wanted, and then it's like, oh, it's so. But sometimes everything can be, or you know, things can be a blessing in disguise. And I think ultimately us doing it that way, like the prank video is what made it what it was. Because I think if we would have done it the other way that he wanted to do with, that had no kind of relation to the skit or the prank, my bad. I don't think it.
Yeah, don't call it a skit, bro.
My bad. It was all set up. No, it wasn't.
That's awesome, man.
I was there.
No, it's crazy because that was like what, 5 or 6 years ago, and time has just flown by, and we're all still doing like similar stuff, but different stuff and more business stuff. So it's really cool to see all of that.